Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. It's back and making memories for a new generation. The Rustic Inn of Lewiston, now open to chase away those winter blues with hot, delicious food, your favorite beverage, and an atmosphere that'll keep you coming back to make new memories and new friends. The new Rustic Inn on Red Oak Road, just south of Lewiston. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. Wow, can you believe this weather? 1 week sub-zero, the next temperatures in the 60s. Michigan weather, you just gotta love it. One thing you can depend on is that spring is only days away, and we're thinking fishing the open waters, specifically fly fishing. We're heading to Nettie Bay Lodge near Hawks, Michigan to attend the fly fishing bamboo pole making class. Join us. Then we're so proud of a program students of the Mile Fairview area schools are involved in. There is hope for this country when there's involvement like this from our millennials. Stay tuned. Those stories and more on this week's Michigan Magazine. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, what began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more, plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com.
Beauty is many things to many people. To a fly fisherman, there's beauty in a well-timed cast catching the trout on a rise. There's also beauty in simply watching the seasoned fly fisherman enjoy his sport. From the hand-tied flies to the beautifully constructed poles or rods, it's a sport many consider an art form, demanding concentration and dedication. For the fly fisherman, Michigan is a dream come true with its hundreds of miles of streams and rivers along with thousands of inland lakes. In our travels here at Michigan Magazine, we've witnessed the ever-growing popularity of the fly fishing from fly tying to the actual fishing. It's a sport for all ages. If you're one of those that love the sport and want to take your experience to another level, this next segment may be just what you're in search of. How about constructing from scratch your own beautiful fly rod? Not merely assembling the pieces of a kit, but taking the experience all the way from raw bamboo to your own work of art. That experience can be yours thanks to Mark Schuller at Nettie Bay Lodge near Hawks, Michigan. On a previous edition of Michigan Magazine, we've shown you wonderful programs that Nettie Bay Lodge has made available to prospective students, from log cabin making to masonry and becoming an outdoor woman. Now a new course on actually making fly rods is being conducted on a regular basis with professional instructors. On our return visit to Nettie Bay Lodge, we found one such class in full swing, as Mark explained to us.
Well, this is a new class that we come up with. In fact, this is our second class, Genesis School of Bamboo Fly Rod Making. And it's a mouthful, but we do a lot of things here. And as you can see, Ron's doing a little bit of planing right here. It's just a terrific school. I made my first rod last April.
Well, this is your rod.
This is mine.
Oh-ho!
Yeah. One of the nicest things about being an instructor is to see a fellow build a rod the first time that turns out wonderful.
Yeah.
And that fly rod for his first try is an absolutely wonderful fishing tool.
Well, Mark, introduce us to your instructor here.
Yeah, this is Ron Barch.
I'm real excited about our relationship here at Nettie Bay Lodge. I've been teaching rod making classes for about 5 years now, and I've traveled to Chicago and Wisconsin and parts of the Detroit area. And I worked on weekends, basically, and I always felt that a week-long intensive school would be a much better situation, where a fellow would come for like a working vacation.
Yeah.
And last winter, Mark and I became acquainted, and we were able to put together a class where a guy could come to the lodge, get room and board.
And meals, good meals.
Yeah, the meals are wonderful. He could come for a week-long intensive school and really immerse himself in rod making. And our first school last spring was a phenomenal success. Lots of good reports from the fellas after they got home, and we had so much fun, guys didn't want to leave. But anyway, what I'm doing here right now is just planing one of these rough strips. And this is kind of the crux of rod making, using a simple block plane that's been around for hundreds of years, and we sharpen these things like a razor, and we plane the cane, which is very, very tough. And we start out with something large like this, and we take it down. We take something that's round, we make it square, and then from the square, we take it into 6 strips that are equilateral triangles. And after we get the equilateral triangles, we go into a metal planing form and take it down even smaller. So we end up with rod tips that will measure 0.72.
Boy, you'd think they would break right off, wouldn't you? I mean,
but they don't.
Yeah.
And there are 6 pieces that we glue together.
On that,
To make up that rod tip.
6 pieces.
And this technology has been around for about 120 years. The first cane rod was made in the United States in Pennsylvania by a gunsmith. And it's just a way to make a fly rod. And they cast very nicely and they catch fish.
And your favorite material is the bamboo.
Of course.
Well, Mark, you have another student here, and you have another instructor inside. Could we go in and meet them? And Ron, just come along with us and see what they're doing in there.
Joe, we have John Long. He's another one of the instructors, and put the class together, working with Ron.
Hey, John.
At this table, I have Jim Gilsdorf, and
nice to meet you, Jim. John, you are an instructor. You're teaching the art of bamboo rod making.
Yes, I started building rods, I think in 1985.
And whatever
I built just one, and I thought I would do that, but it turned into be a disease. You don't stop there. It's just something you keep going.
I assume you're a fly fisherman.
Yes.
Right off the bat, I assume that.
Yes, for at least 25 years.
25 years. Some of your favorite streams in Michigan?
Oh,
Are they trade secrets? Okay.
The Sauble's one, the South Branch of the Sauble.
Okay.
The Pigeon and the Black.
When you go out fishing for them, what's your favorite fish to go after?
Oh, trout, of course.
I mean, speck, rainbow?
I would rather catch a rainbow than anything.
Yeah. More fight in them?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Of course, a big brown will give you a good fight.
Yeah.
But I like the acrobatics of the rainbows.
Yeah. Out of the water, up in the air, yeah. What leads a guy like yourself into something like this here? Here you're at Nettie Bay Lodge here, giving instructions. You have people come in to learn how to build these beautiful rods, fly rods. Whatever got you interested in doing that to start with?
I think that probably most fly fishermen at some point in their life would like to have a bamboo fly rod. And so I did buy one. My first bamboo rod was one that I bought. A beautiful rod from Bob Summers. And then you start thinking a little bit. You come across a book somewhere and you say, gee, maybe I can do this. And my father was a cabinet maker. And
kind of in the blood then,
yeah. Handwork skills rubbed off on me, and it's just been a labor of love ever since.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot of hunting, hand loading ammunition.
Yeah.
When I started this, everything else just went by the wayside.
What got you interested? I mean, here you are. You're learning a real craft in building these terrific.
Sort of the same things. I've been fishing for years and years and years, and I've built pretty much all my rods. Graphite blanks, tie the leads on, and you know, my sons and I have done that. And well, I got more graphite rods than I need, and I do a lot of woodworking, cabinet making as a hobby, and so this is an extension of that. And I just wanted. Been like him. I've read a book and sort of, you know, I think I can do that. And it's a little intimidating, and do I really want to do that? Do I really want to start from scratch?
Yeah.
Come take a course and find out, and that's why I'm here. Will I make a lot of rods? I probably will make several. I sort of want, you know, I go around and it's sort of fun to catch a fish on the rod you tied on a fly you tied.
Yes.
Now I can catch a fish on a rod I Made.
There you
All the
go.
way from
There you go.
Piece of stick.
Yeah. What's your profession?
I'm a surgeon.
You're a surgeon.
Right.
Yeah, that's quite a profession in itself right there. And yours?
He's going to teach me surgery.
After you take the hook out of your hand or something. What do you do?
I'm an engineering technician at Detroit Edison,
Okay. How long you been with them?
35 years.
What is your profession?
I'm a teacher. I work at an alternative education high school in the Lake Odessa area downstate.
Okay. Well, for all the guys out there and all the ladies out there who love fly fishing, what advice would you give them?
Get out on the river as often as you can.
Don't be sitting on the couch, eh?
I think our world is so full of stress and hustle and bustle
Yeah.
that any time you can find a way to quiet yourself down, and fly fishing is certainly a fine way. And rod making and crafts.
Yeah.
I think probably one of my biggest concerns in fly fishing right now is I don't see enough young kids on the rivers.
Yeah.
Probably, you know, if your viewers could take a kid fishing, that'd be a wonderful thing.
I agree with you 100%. I think that is a big, big plus. They should be more adults take kids out and get them interested in the outdoors, the great outdoors. And which brings me out to this point right here, that Mark is really doing a lot for the state of Michigan. So what else has Mark got on the agenda?
Well, we've got maybe some canoe making classes coming up and some fly fishing schools. And we like to work with the youth, so we want some youth programs.
We thank Mark and all the instructors that day for sharing with us another example of Nettie Bay Lodge's dedication to making available to everyone in Michigan its many outdoor experiences. And we'll be looking forward to more exciting things to come our way from Mark Schuller and his crew at the lodge just north of Hillman in the wilderness of Hawks, Michigan.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by the Cedar Tavern and Grill of Lupton, where friends come to meet friends and families come for delicious food and a wholesome atmosphere. Come relax with your favorite beverage or bring the crew for a great meal and live entertainment. It's happening now at the Cedar of Lupton. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. Introducing the Weed Gator. For safe and easy aquatic weed removal, the Weed Gator is the #1 alternative to harsh chemicals for getting rid of pond and lake weeds. Safe and effective. See it in action now at weedgator.net. Made in the USA. It's a win-win situation for the students and the community in general. I mean, bringing the kids together, and they've got something here that they can really be proud of, too.
Oh, sure. The place is going to be absolutely gorgeous. A sideline to that, all the drywall that's been hung throughout this entire building was done by students last summer with me and a couple other adult volunteers. So those guys got a taste for a little bit of the construction trade relative to drywalling and taping and mudding and all of that. And that was the entire building. These guys are doing the finishing touches with the lockers itself.
The students are installing the lockers that they made out at My Fair Achieves, and they worked very hard on it. And this is the day that they're installing them, getting ready for the football season next year. We've got 14 or 15 students in the program now, and
we've got kids from both Fairview and Mayo coming together, aren't we?
Yep, Fairview and Mayo. It's dual enrolled for Kirtland College.
So Kirtland College and Mayo Fairview, the high schools, are all coming together to give them really a hands-on application of construction and woodworking, right?
Yep, it's a vocational woodworking initiative that we worked out with both the schools, the Kirtland College, and we came up with My Fair Achieves. It's actually the Economic Development Alliance is the program that we run it through for a nonprofit.
This community and the Economic Development Fund, they're doing amazing stuff around here. But another cool thing is they have a Kirtland instructor here, so these kids are also earning college credit. Direct college credit that they'll earn as part of this. So that's the cool part for me, is watching them leave high school already with some college credit.
So it's great to see Kirtland and the schools coming together all with My Fair, and it's just something that I think it's time has come in developing the community involvement.
Absolutely. And when this course started out in the fall, it's not ending up that way. There's been some amazing projects, and so the fact that they can build lockers for the high school at such a reduced cost, and the schools are on such tight budgets already, that's amazing. They're also got a bunch of cabinetry for a local church that's going in. They have just done some very unique projects, and that's the cool thing. They're learning about community service, working together. You've got two different schools coming together and students working together. There's so much more than earning college credit or learning some of these carpentry skills, and that's what's cool.
Spring is in the air here in Michigan. What a wonderful place to live and raise a family. We at Michigan Magazine have always believed that many families are not complete without a family pet. But some have thought that same thing, but we're dead wrong in thinking a family pet is any less of a responsibility than any other family member. Some may disagree, but we strongly recommend no one go into pet ownership without the facts and a responsible attitude. Shelters throughout the state are filling fast with abandoned dogs and cats left to fend for themselves. Circumstances may vary from overwhelmed owners surrendering their beloved pets to shelters, hoping for a better life for them, or some just mistreating them and throwing them away like yesterday's trash. We at Michigan Magazine know that besides the growing number of abandoned and mistreated animals, there's also a growing concern for these animals, and organizations are making a mission of finding and matching abandoned pets with responsible owners. And we at Michigan Magazine have taken it upon ourselves to become a part of a possible solution to this problem, with upcoming segments dedicated to shelter stories of inspiration to match pets with forever families. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of Northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale.
I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, you're making me nervous.
Thanks for joining us off the Michigan Beaten Path. Spring is coming. By the time we meet again, it will be here. That's great news. Speaking of great news, coming up March 29th, we will present our first Uncle Cliff's Kitchen as we share with you cooks and recipes from throughout the Great Lakes from our state-of-the-art studio kitchen in the Maytag store on Tittabawassee in Saginaw, Michigan. Stay tuned for all the details. Also coming up in a few weeks, we will be presenting a brand new series of segments on the Michigan bean, from field to table, featuring Bay's best beans of the Thumb area. Also on upcoming shows, we'll be featuring our future with stories of amazing accomplishments by millennials. Our first story is about a 19-year-old who's opened a faith-based coffee shop in downtown Clare. It's exciting. Stay tuned. Now here's today's phrase of the week. Spring will spring this Sunday. You know the drill. Send it along to us via the addresses on the screen. Don't forget to give us your name and mailing address so we can make sure that if your name is drawn, we can get a sweet Michigan-made prize to you. For more information on today's program, visit us at thespiritofmichigan.com. Have a great week. We'll see you next week on RFD TV. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. Announcing the Michigan Paddle Sports Directory, your one-stop internet connection. At MichiganPaddlesports.com, it's now possible to explore Michigan's extensive waterways like never before. Michigan Paddle Sports Directory is a comprehensive directory of canoe and kayak rentals and liveries throughout the entire state of Michigan. At MichiganPaddlesports.com, you'll find a great paddling route, outfitter, store, school, rental shop, or tour guide. Michigan's great waterways are waiting for you. Make it an adventure worth remembering by first visiting MichiganPaddlesports.com. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery.